I always wanted to make this video, and this video is going to be about video games. Now, I played video games ever since video games came out. And that was back in the day. And video games was pretty much in the olden days primitive, a bunch of dots. No really creativity, no imagination input, just a bunch of computer programs. Nowadays, with Atari came out, Xbox, PS3, Cube, Nintendo, PS3.
Play it again, please.
And it's just, it doesn't make sense sometimes, and especially the games I play. And I love playing them, don't get me wrong, but I'm up like late at night, and sometimes all day, and I used to live by myself playing video games. Because I get into the artistic side of it. I love the background and the interaction. But I'm looking at developers and designers. And I ain't talking about the multiplayer. It's the single player and the single player co-op. Why in the hell do they make people so stupid? Now, I'm a lover of Saints Row.
Copy, Vickers. Time of 4 minutes.
Can be able to shoot those hands?
Saints Row 2, Saints Row 3, Saints Row. And they make these people, and then in the beginning with Saints Row 1 and Saints Row 2, they made these people so stupid that when you're interacting, okay, and I'm a person that if you're going to make a video game, put some realistic stuff in it. I mean, make it real. That you're actually in an intense fire and you're trying to get into your car, you're waiting, dusting yourself off. Come on, man. Really? Really? If I was in an area where I'm fighting cops, okay, I'm shooting up everything in sight, I ain't gonna worry about what I look like. I'm gonna worry about getting my butt in that car and getting the hell out of Dodge. You understand what I'm saying? And then, in a lot of games, especially war games, okay, or even these adventure games, why you gotta shoot somebody so much? I mean, is that a philosophy that a lot of designers and developers think is cool? That you gotta sit there and just shoot somebody?
30 seconds. We should flank them and force a surrender.
And then when it comes to you, there's a one-shot kill? Really?
We can make it.
25 seconds. Guys.
See, that's what it comes to, because I'm in school right now, Full Sail University,
Sticking to my plan.
and I'm getting into video gaming. Don't get it wrong. And I'm going to be one of those. I'm going to be Tyler Perry's version
10 seconds.
of the movie industry,
5 seconds.
but I'm going to be in
That's
gaming.
enough. Last game.
I'm going to bring out a whole new genre, baby. And it's going to be based on more than the stuff that I see out here today. And although I'm a fan of a lot of stuff out here, first of all, Splinter Cell Conviction. Love the hell out of that game. If Tom Clancy ever made anything that is intense, mind-blowing, is the Splinter Cell. Now, I'm not a fan of the old Splinter Cell because it was the AI was kind of off-center.
Unacceptable.
The AI in the latest, like Splinter Cell Conviction, and I know it's going to be Splinter Cell Blacklist,
Your little escapade kept the study squad from achieving.
is what I love. Because of the way you interact with the player. It is off the hook. Nice. Because you interact with the guy. The guy knows how to hide. The guy knows how to, sneak up on somebody and take him out. Without this, you always got to stand up, or you got to crouch. You can't cover, like a lot of Call of Duty. Why do you not cover in Call of Duty? You can crouch, but in all intents and purposes, you can't take cover over anything. And even the games where you do interact and take cover, like Hold the Line, the guy's a moron.
I'm always numb.
And Max Payne is another part of this. The AI, it just sucks. Because you push the guy being covered, and it takes time for him to realize, I gotta take cover. While you get shot the hell up. That's what I'm talking about. These are the things that we have to fix in gaming. It's the AI.
General Black, sir.
And just like the storyline and the plots, you can tell why.
Let me remind you, cadets. This academy bears the name of the Roman general Gnaeus Domitius Corbulo.
The reason why they need to pay more attention on what goes on within the game.
Allegiance.
And not just the dollar value.
General Corbulo
and like any
was to
other
take his own life
corporation
in the
and
name of
monopoly,
the empire.
it's not always the profit margin. It's not always about the money. It's about giving somebody something, okay, that they can really interact with and entertain themselves. A lot of these games out here,
worthy.
and
But I'm afraid, cadets, today you have
Resident Evil.
anything but.
Why I'm not a fan of Resident Evil?
Terrorists who would like nothing more than to see all
Because,
of us
dude,
dead.
in a fight,
Had this been
in a
real
one-on-one
life, the
fight with a
rebels would have
zombie,
likely killed every member of Hastati
the
Squad.
hell we're trying to find some plant or some capsule that I have to put
Every
these
single
things
one of
together
you at
and
this
to heal
academy
myself.
was sent here
I want
because your
something
parents
like
were the
a lot of the
upper
games today,
echelon
which
of the
I
United
love,
Nations
and I'm a
Space
fan of
Command.
it,
Because
that you
only
hide
you are its
and take
future.
cover and your health
I expect
replenishes.
you to act
I'm not
like
into
it.
hunting around trying to find
Understood,
health
sir.
packs. That was back in the day of PS2. This is PS3. This is
Lead them on to
2012,
Morenzi.
baby. Let's get legit.
Axios!
And
Axios!
one thing about you designers out there, and you developers, and you writers and producers, dude, it's trying to get on. It's time to get on cue. I want you guys who make these games about people getting shot, and mostly enemies, okay? You ever been shot? You know how much pain that shit is? So that philosophy about sitting there shooting somebody 50, 11 times, dude, it ain't nowhere near reality. Even in the fantasy world, that's not even close to being real. I would say if a dude's got like a vest on, 5, 6, even up to 10, maybe 15. Well, not this 20, 30, 50 times you gotta shoot this guy before he falls. And don't even get these guys with like flamethrowers or, these Gatling guns. You gotta sit there and like empty out whatever arsenal you have as far as weapons, and somehow you gotta be hiding for cover and running around trying to find ammo. I mean, sometimes that may have been cool back in the day, but listen, this is 2012 going into 2013. It's time to lose the philosophy of PS2 and Xbox. We're going PS3, Xbox 360, PS4, Xbox 720. It's time we get on board and become more creative, okay? In their interaction within
Doesn't have to make sense.
video gaming.
Just follow it.
We have HD graphics, digital rendering, Time to lose the old PS2 graphics too. A lot of these games come out with and try to make it HD. It ain't working. It's not HD, baby. It's 720. HD graphics. And listen, we as designers who develop environment, when it rains, trust me, make stuff look wet. Okay? It's not just raining, which the developers and Saints Row need to get on board with. When it rains, people's hair get wet. Clothes get wet. Bodies get wet. A lot of games pick up on that. Okay? That you're in the water and you actually come out of the water, you're dripping. Okay? With HD graphics, that's going to look awesome and cool. If you take the time and stop worrying about how much money you're going to make, okay? Actually start getting into the game and developing good quality games like I'm going to. And my name is Isaiah Shockley. Remember that name, Isaiah Shockley, because I'm going to be one of those guys who are going to be on your heels, okay, as game designers and developers and producers later on down the road. I'm going to test you. I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to be right there with you, okay? And the games I'm going to produce ain't going to be no low-budget garbage. I'm going to take my time doing it. I'm not worrying about the money factor. And I'm going to let you understand that now. I ain't worrying about the money factor. What I'm worrying about, okay, is that man, woman out there, even the little kid that I'll make, you know, fun games, even the little Christian kids out there who don't want to play violent games, that you'll play games about your Bible heroes. That's another market you don't get into. Or the girl who doesn't like all that bang bang shoot 'em up. Make interacting games where she can go shopping. Okay, do things that girls do. You know, go boy hunting on the beach. You know, giggle. You know, do all that interacting stuff. You know, which a lot of times we tend to get into a gender stupidity. Like we get into race stupidity, to think that everybody who's a lead character has to be a certain color. No. Not everybody's out here the same color. So that's another thing we need to bring reality back into the video game. And a lot of times people don't want to touch on this stuff because they're afraid to say it. I ain't afraid to say nothing to anybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care if you're the top exec in video game America. I don't care. I'm going to say what I say because guess what? I'm an artist. I'm a true artist. I'm not something that was made or conformed by a bunch of like conformists. You know, I'm an individual, you know, very artistic, okay, and very open-minded. So when I say this with all sincerity, not to offend anybody, but to bring somebody into reality, to enlighten, you know, to open your mind, to explore, okay, venture out, you know, beyond that little confined box society has the tendency to keep us, you know, pretty much locked into. You know, as artists, you know, test the ground like a lot of the old masters did. They tested the ground socially, you know. A lot of times they were socially inept. They were very eccentric out there, you know. Test that. Test that. You know what I'm saying? Test it. Don't be afraid. You know, don't be a sissy. You know, because, you know, I'm going to, like, you know, rub somebody the wrong, or I'm going to rock the boat. Rock the boat, baby. You know. Shake it up. But video games need to be polished before it's out there, you know, on the shelves of GameStop, you know, and a lot of other video stores. It's more than just money. It's more than just a video game. It's an experience to somebody. Socially, sometimes economically, religiously, educationally.
So I gotta show you something. Alright, Mom's gonna flip when she sees this.
Get the people involved. And the only way you get people involved is that you go back to what worked. And that's your storyline. That's
Drop on in
creativity.
Stronghold next week. I want to get it done before then.
And that has a lot to do with you writers.
Anyways,
So you haven't been
Stop being
partial
complacent.
yet,
Stop being lazy. Stop taking the easy way out. You know? Time to do your homework. Time to really do a good script that takes time. And I know you got bosses out there, and I know you got investors and shareholders and all this other stuff pushing the limits on how long you take, you know, to do your job. The hell with them.
Negotiating isn't an option anymore.
They're clueless. They're just money people. They're just people who you get money from. They're not the creators.
Farmers.
So they don't know. They don't have a clue on what your job is, on what you do as an artist to get that product on the shelf. And a lot of times you get bad reviews on a video game because just that.
You should know how much
Because
they
your
hate us.
your timeline
They're not going to
is
stop
so
writing
pushed
what we're all dead.
that you're not putting good products out there. You're putting crap. And that's why video games on the 3A level is being tested
Blame them for a lot of things.
by this leisure games. You know, that you see in your iPods and your iPhones and all these other phones. These little apps of games are really becoming the casual game era. It's really overshadowing the 3As, which to me is a video game. These casual games out here is it's not a game. It's just something that to pass people's time by. I've seen even guards and cops playing, you know, games online. You know, and yeah, there are online games that are very good at what they do. But on a higher level,
it's tough with mom being gone.
you're not gonna top a 3A game. You're just not.
She loves you.
But I employ the writers, as like I said before, and the developers, push the envelope. Stop being a bunch of little, I'm not going to say the word, but you know where I'm going. You know? Man up, baby. Push the envelope. Don't be afraid what people think. You know? Be creative. The movie Prometheus. That should have been a video game. And maybe somebody have some balls out there who would test that ground too, make a video game out of it. Since they always taking movies from video games, just take a video game from a movie. And don't get me wrong, video games is the new Hollywood. Hollywood's fading because they're doing the same thing that we are tending to do if we don't watch ourselves. We're becoming complacent as writers. You know, don't get into that. You know, be who you are. Be an artist. Be what that God made you, an artist, and use that endless creativity and that imagination. Because people out there want it. They're dying for it. Let's give it to them. I'm out. Full Sail. Peace.